I've always lived an active lifestyle, and I wanted a different kind of challenge or a different goal. I play basketball, I play football, I horseback ride. So I wanted to do something that wasn't necessarily a team sport, that it was just me solely. So I said, why not triathlon? And I met my coach Ige.
Basically, I'm an outdoorish person. So I've been hiking mountains when I was in college. And then by year 2000, I discovered triathlon.
I started out as a runner. I ran my first 10K race, but before that I was running 5K on the treadmill.
In 2009, I started running because out of stress of work as a lawyer and as a businessman.
I used to be a swimmer, and after I retired for swimming, I got into running.
I got sick. I had a stroke, and then when I was getting well and I had to exercise, I was required to do 30-minute brisk walk every day by the doctor. And I was running around this field. I was walking around this field, and I saw my coach Ige, and I saw his group of students, and I thought that I wanted to run like them because they were so graceful and they ran so effortlessly. I said I wanted to be like them.
It was so difficult for me to start because I'd always cancel, I'd always give myself an excuse, but oh, I'll just do this next time, I'll work harder next time.
So we did our first run, and yeah, I think 10 minutes she started panting and wheezing.
When I started running, I couldn't even finish 5K. You know, 3 years ago, I remember I did the Adidas King of the Road with Adrian, and at 2K, I was walking. And I remember so clearly, I saw Isa Calzado and Karel pass me like so fast. And Adrian goes, do you think you'll ever run more than 5K? And I said, I don't think so. I was like, what's the point? And now I run 10K twice to thrice a week. So we're in Seoul, Korea right now. And we're gonna do some hill training. Well, we're supposed to run 15K. Well, usually when I travel, I always try to fit in a workout. So it could be a very steady paced run, or by the mountains, you know, some hill training. Sometimes we rent bikes and we go biking around the city. If it's in the beach, I'll try to do 1 to 2 kilometer swims. But nothing too intense, just enough for me to enjoy and get a good workout.
That's her problem. Medyo kuba. She needs to work that up.
So it's April 29 and I'm doing my drink session to get finished in our 15 bike. And now I'm gonna try to survive there.
Okay, from 1 to 10 being the fittest. Approaching your race, I guess you're 6. Kaya pa yan. Konti lang yan. Okay. Focus on your core. Go, push. Up to the hump. Go, up to the hump.
These are my new Boost shoes. And they're supposed to give me energy return because there's like a micro capsule technology. There was one time where I ran like 10K after a bike, and mentally I couldn't do it, but for some reason my feet were so light.
You know, when the weather doesn't cooperate, that's one of those days where it's really difficult to get out of bed.
And every day you just want to stay in bed for another 15 minutes, but when you have a goal, like a half Ironman or a full Ironman, you have to get up.
I really try to make time for training because it's also a good stress reliever for me. So it's just like part of my daily routine.
The hardest discipline is swimming.
Definitely swimming because as a football player, I never really trained to swim during my life, so it's really something I need to work on.
Hardest to master for me would be swimming. Probably because I'm not a natural swimmer. I just learned really how to swim January of 2012. So it's really a struggle for me, so I have to log in the time in the pool.
The bike is my kryptonite. I can't get it properly, and it takes too long, and you have to
go down south, you have to go up north. Like each time you go biking, it's a 4-hour fiasco, which I absolutely hate.
Okay, so I'm in New Valley for my long bike, and I'm alone since the team is so fast, or maybe I'm just super slow. Scene. 2 hours, 8 minutes, 49.5k, 1,600 calories. Okay.
You have to sleep early and wake up early because it's a whole lifestyle change.
Good morning. It's 5:30 a.m. It's still a bit dark outside, but I have to wake up because I have to train today.
Ever since I joined triathlons, it's been like running has been our, going out or meetings and just living an active lifestyle all together. I get my friends to come run with me, to swim with me, to bike during weekends. It's a good way to get out of the city and have like long bike rides.
Tarlac Hill. What kilometer is this?
My computer just restarted, but I think we're at 50 something.
All right. So 60 to 70k more to go.
There are people that train to race. I race to train. So I sign up for all the races so I have a goal. So otherwise, you don't have a reason to get out of bed.
Training kasi for me is my alone time. I get inside my head and I think of nothing. And I relieve myself of all my life stresses, all my work stresses. I like it. It's like meditation for me.
We put all of this time into training. We spend months, on the road, in the water, training for our big event for the year. And sayang naman if we just, give up in the middle of the course. And we see everyone else putting in the same amount of time and effort into training. And, if everyone can do it, so can we.
I love the race, I love the community. I think that's part of what keeps me going, what keeps me getting into triathlon, like still joining races.
It's also very helpful that I have a good group with Daza and the others that are very competitive, yet constructive. So we like to kill each other training, but we're very supportive.
I think the community is great. You meet a lot of people, get a lot of new friends, people who are passionate and crazy about the same things as you are.
And one of the things also I realized that helped me was my nutrition. I packed a peanut butter sandwich and I had it 1 hour, and then another hour I took it, and I had some goo gels, and I had Gatorade to keep me, to keep the sugar and electrolytes. So it's really all a balance. It's a balance. You have to sleep well, eat well, and train really hard.
For breakfast after workout, I try to fit in fruits in what I eat. So yeah, I have my chocolate milk and my shake.
Triathlon has shaped my life in the sense that I know that there is sports, there's a life in sports after 40 years old.
Triathlon is the best midlife decision I've ever made. It's life changing. I've never imagined to be able to run a half marathon after biking 90 kilometers and swimming 1.9 kilometers. It's never been a goal of mine to be able to do those things, but I was able to prove to myself that nothing beats hard work and dedication.
I love racing. I actually love racing compared to training. Because on training takes you what, 3-4 months of sacrifice. And like when you race, you just do it one day and then you just give yourself all.
Well, training in general has allowed me to lose almost 200 pounds. I was always obese, and then as I started to train and now get into triathlon, it helps me to keep the weight off and helps keep me in shape.
Looking at the races that I've done and the training and the time and the distances that I've done, I think for me, the fact that I'm a better person, I'm a better version of myself from yesterday, from last week, from last month, is for me the most important thing.
Training and racing essentially pushes yourself to the limit, and I think that's where it starts. So from triathlon, you can make it a stepping stone to becoming a better son, a better husband, a better friend, a better person in general.
That's what I think triathlon has done for me. It's built that characteristic where I have to make sure I'm very organized. I focus on the more important things and let go of the things that are I can let go of.
So my first race will be in Cebu, and that's going to be a 70.3 Ironman triathlon. What it entails is doing a 1.9 kilometer swim, which is an ocean swim. And then we go to transition 1, which is where we take off all our headgear and goggles. And then we put on our helmet, our bike shoes, have our gels, and we get on the bike and we do a 90-kilometer bike, and there's a few uphills and downhills. Then we go back to transition 2. We take off our cleats, we put on our rubber shoes, our visors, and we get a new set of gels, and we do the most painful 21K run with your very heavy legs, and you do 2 loops of that route, and then you finish.
And the motivation basically for me is just to be healthy for my family. I have 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter, and for me, I think ultimately that's the goal, is to basically to live longer for your family, for your wife, and for your kids.
What motivates me is to have a goal, for example the 70.3 Cebu race, and to train to reach my objective.
So during Cebu, one of the most difficult times was running and finishing that 21K, especially the last 2K, because you see the finish line, you hear the people, and you're still like, this is still another 10 to 12 minutes. And I remember Adrian coming back for me, and I was asking him how many more minutes, and he's like, 800 meters. And I swear that was the longest 800 meters of my life. Imagine, my foot was in pain. I had been biking for about 3.5 hours. The swim was so difficult. Basically, people are just kicking you in the face. And I was just thinking, where is that damn sign? But when I reached the finish line, I just got goosebumps, and I couldn't stop myself from crying. I bawled and cried my heart out, because I have been training for a year. I've literally, stopped my social life and made it revolve around, triathlons and training. So when I came to the finish line, I felt, I can't believe I'm here right now. And I was just crying. I was so embarrassed. I was putting my hat down because I didn't want anyone to see that I was crying. And I saw my family and they were all there cheering for me. You know, my sister Ava, my mom, Georgina, Jess, some of my friends were there, my yaya. My brother wasn't there, but he was cheering for me at home. And I couldn't help it, and I cried. And my face was all red, and I got the medal. And right at that moment, I saw my coach Ige, who's been with me since day one, who's pushed me, you know. And I just went up to him and I hugged him. I was like, this wouldn't be possible without you. Like, and I was just telling him, like, we did it. And so we were both like crying, having this super wonderful moment. And I think that gives you a high, and that's what makes you love races and triathlon, because all the hard work pays off. Triathlons and races and training is really about how long you're willing to endure the pain. And so when I'm suffering and I feel like I can't take it anymore, I just keep thinking in my head, how long are you willing to endure the pain? How long are you willing to endure the pain? And it keeps me going. I want to help motivate people to live an active lifestyle, and I just want to tell people that, you know, if you're not going to take care of your body, no one else will.
Let's say Belle comes in late or because of work or anything, but if it's stated in the program that we have to do 120K, she does it, even if she has to do it alone.
To give a specific example, we had this long workout last week, and no matter what, it was already very hot. She was obviously very tired. She got through the workout, and I said, you know what, that girl wants it. She really wants to get into the sport. She's really serious about it.
Belle is, for me, she is very, very competitive. Like, she always points to, doesn't matter if it's a girl or it's a boy, she points to everyone like, I want to beat him, I want to beat her.
I think Belle has so much potential to improve herself even more. She's great, she's done good strides, she swims faster than me. She has to bike more, she has to run more, and I'm sure she will be a top-notch female triathlete if she has the time to put into it. But right now, she's good at what she does, she's good at it, and I hope she continues. She brings a lot of celebrity to the sport, she brings a lot of awareness.